Don't die before you're dead. Before you die physically, most people die mentally. They die in fear, in doubt, and in the shadow of enemies who only look powerful. But after you hear this story, you will never fear your enemies the same way again. Young Alexander the Great. This story takes us back to ancient times, when Alexander the Great, one of the greatest rulers in history, set out to conquer the world while still a young king. His first great challenge was the mighty Persian Empire. After defeating them in a brutal war, he gathered his tired and wounded soldiers and began the long journey back home. They thought the worst was over. They were wrong. The enemy approaches. As they marched through the mountains, a chilling message reached them. A massive army, 100,000 soldiers, 10 times larger than Alexander's forces, was heading straight toward their camp. Fear spread through the ranks. His generals rushed into his tent for counsel. One of them stepped forward and said, "Your Majesty, our soldiers are exhausted. Most of them are wounded. The enemy is fresh, strong, and far greater in number. Retreat is the only wise choice." The king's response: Alexander listened quietly. He did not panic. He simply walked outside. He looked at his soldiers, limping, hungry, bleeding, barely standing. Then he looked at the mountain path, where the enemy would arrive, and he said, "If we run now, our fear will kill us before the enemy arrives. But if we stand with courage, our courage will kill their fear." The strategy of courage. Alexander ordered fires to be lit across the entire mountainside. He commanded drums to be beaten through the night, deep, loud, and thunderous. The sound echoed like an army, 100 times larger. When the approaching enemy saw the fires and heard the echoing drums, terror filled their hearts. They believed an enormous Roman force was waiting to crush them. And before sunrise, they fled. Victory. At dawn, Alexander's generals ran to him in shock. "Your Majesty, the enemy is gone. How did this happen?" Alexander smiled and said, "Nothing kills a man faster than the fear he creates inside himself. We did not defeat them with swords. We defeated them with courage." Moral of the story: before your enemies destroy you, most of the time, your fear destroys you first. Fear builds an army that doesn't exist. Fear creates mountains that aren't real. So stop running, stop hiding. Stop dying in your mind before life even tests you. Stand your ground, show courage, and your enemies will fear you instead. Don't die before you're dead. If you like this story, don't forget like and subscribe.